quick video on the outside garden, plans for the outside garden, my carnivorous plants. So these plants are, sorry if you hear sniffling, that's my dog. Black German Shepherd Luna, Angel's the Golden Retriever. So we have Venus flytrap, American pitcher plants, and sundew. When these are blooming in about let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June, around that, they're gorgeous looking. I do need to increase this pot size because this right here, when it started, was about that big. Now it's that big. This is also increased by about threefold, and they're starting to impact the root ball of the pitcher plant. So we go over here, and this is the garden. So the garden is 4 foot by 8 feet. I had, that's probably gonna go away. We use the tubing. We hook the tubing into the water system and it self-irrigates. But we'll probably get rid of that. The actual thing that was for tomato plants a couple years ago. We don't need that anymore. We had trellises for cucumbers here. We had green beans. We had tomato plants. We tried squash, didn't work out well. Pepper plants we had in buckets. We'll probably do that again this year. And the buckets will probably go here. That's an almond bush. And it smells, when it's in full bloom, it smells great. But the bees are just insane on it. So I probably will get rid of that this year. Giving space for buckets. I can probably have 2 or 3 buckets, maybe 4 buckets. And those would be for probably peppers. Here we're going to do cucumbers, green beans, the whole thing. I'm going to turn it over because you can see where I turned it over here. And so before I put topsoil on it, I had done one whole one layer about 2 to 3 inches thick of clippings, grass clippings, and then I put soil over it. So my thought on that was it was going to decay because the first time I did that, everything decayed. Not this time. So I'll turn everything over. It's going to rain a couple times, heat it up. Hopefully it will biodegrade everything, because you can see where there's low sides and then there's high sides are here. So I'll get more soil. I'll even it out. But as far as what we're exactly going to do, all I know is green beans, peppers, cucumbers more than likely, and then kind of from there, like jalapeno peppers, bell peppers, stuff like that. We had a tomato plant. So my neighbor had so we had a tomato plant that grew here. It was one seed. My neighbor had his tomatoes. It was a specialty seed, and it was like 35 degrees, and this thing was still growing. It was last year, and it produced fruit. We left it. I mean, the thing produced amazing fruit. It ended up dying short because it started like in February. It was insane. At first, we thought it was a weed, and I looked at it and go, "That's not a weed." But this right here, this is the garden that we'll be using this year, plus the carnivorous plants. I mean, this will just be basic stuff. This won't be anything crazy unless I go ahead and rebucket them. The photos or the videos on this will be pretty minimal. But that's about it. Okay, have a good one.